Hare Krishna. Welcome back to our Swadhyaya online reading class presents Power of SAP, the Gateway to Spirituality program. In this, we are continuing with daily Gita daily series in the evening and śrī-bhagavān daily series in the morning. So here we are going to start with a new verse today. In the last session, if you have seen in this entire Gita daily series, we are reading the first book in this entire series, and we are now continuing with the second theme, that is seeing the world through Gita's eyes. And in this, we are now in chapter number 11. We are going to start with. So the chapter number 11 is one verse we'll be focusing on, 11.32, and it has two topics today. And the first topic is essays look at the time management. Second is how history is his story. Before we go deep dive into it, let's read from Bhagavad Gita as it is. So if you do not have this hard copy, just visit the nearest discount center and you'll be getting this book from there directly. So now let's read the 11.32 directly. So I also recommend to read, if you do not have the hard copy for now, you can go to Bhaktivedanta Vedabhas, and in that go to the chapter number 11, verse number 32 directly. 32. Chapter number 11 is the universal form, and in that go to the verse number 32. So we will read the translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Time, I am the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people, with the exception of you, the Pāṇḍavas. All the soldiers here on both sides will be slain." So we'll read the purport as well today. Although Arjuna knew that Krishna was his friend and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was puzzled by the various forms exhibited by Krishna. Therefore, he asked further about the actual nature of this devastating force. It is written in the Vedas that the Supreme Personality destroys everything, even in the Brahmanas, as stated in the Katha Parishad 1.2.25. Yasha Brahma cha Shatram cha Uvi Bhavata Udanaha Mrityu Yashyoka Sichitanam Kaitha Veda Yatrasha. Eventually, all the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and everyone else are devoured like a meal by the Supreme. This form of the Supreme God, Lord is the all-devouring giant. And here, Krishna presents himself in that form of all-devouring time. Except for a few Pandavas, everyone who was present on that battlefield would be devoured by him. Arjuna was not in favor of the fight, and he thought it was better not to fight. Then there would be no frustration. In reply, the Lord is saying that even if he did not fight, every one of them would be destroyed, for that was his plan. If Arjuna stopped fighting, then they would die in another way. Death would not be checked, even he didn't fight. In fact, they were already dead. Time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature. So we'll be back to our Gita for Daily Enrichment series book. So let's start with the first topic today, that is essays look at the time management. So let's see that. Time management is a trendy word. The trend, though, is to focus on management or not on time. People value time for its utilitarian worth, designed to be useful, as a resource to be managed so as to get things done. Viewing time as a resource naturally elicits its comparison with money. Time is more precious than money, say people with a sage look. A sage looks at a time informs Gita wisdom with a far deeper appreciation, valuing it not just for its utilitarian worth, but also for its intrinsic worth, for what it is in and of itself. The Bhagavad Gita 11.32 emphasizes that time is a manifestation of Krishna. Gita wisdom dramatically spiritualizes our vision of time management. It helps us understand that our time is not ours, it is Krishna's. In fact, it is not just Krishna's, it is Krishna. This means that we are not managing time, we are managing Krishna. As Krishna is the supreme manager, managing him essentially means letting ourselves be managed by him. So, from a spiritual perspective, time management actually means managing our life according to Krishna's plan, orienting it to revive our love for him. Time management with this reason can be called spiritual time management, as contrasted with material time management that sees time merely as a resource. Spiritual time management is supremely rewarding both in the present and in the future. In the present, material time management often makes us feel pressured, strained, and tense due to all that needs to be done, whereas spiritual time management makes us feel enlivened due to the contact with Krishna as time that each moment offers. In the future, material time management cannot award us even one thing that will last beyond death, whereas spiritual time management can award us divine love that will last forever and ever. So this particular verse translation, if you have seen the 32, the verse number 32, Krishna himself is saying, he is the time. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, time I am, right? So we are managing Krishna when I say time management from a spiritual time management point of view. So this is one topic. So I see there are a couple of words and which is a little tricky, which you do not know. Maybe you can note it down or make sentences out of that. So that we'll be looking at here. Utilitarian, word of the day. Utilitarian. Utilitarian. Second one word is I see. Elicits. I think, is there any other word? I don't think so. Is there another one which is saying? No. So now let's move on to the next topic from the same verse. So same verse, it covers another topic called, again we'll move back. We are in the theme number 2, seeing the world through Gita's eyes, chapter number 11. Second topic for today is based on Bhagavad Gita 11.32, that is how history is his story. Let's read that. History, if seen from a purely materialistic perspective, seems to be nothing more than a list of names of dead successful people. Decade after decade, century after century, millennia after millennia, people come, people live, people die. What is the point of it all? Gita wisdom offers us an alternative perspective of history that doesn't deny the futility of material reality, but reveals an additional divine dimension that can help us find meaning amidst the madness and direction amidst the destruction. The Bhagavad Gita 11.32 describes that time is a manifestation of Krishna. Overall, the 11th chapter of the Gita demonstrates the dynamic connectedness of Krishna with the material world. He is not just a passive cosmic presence, but also an active universal agent who is shaping history according to his benevolent will for the gradual purification and eventual redemption of all. The enlightened vision of Krishna as the ultimate historical agent enables us to see history in a new light as his story. Krishna is orchestrating the chaotic and even destructive events on the world stage as the unavoidable storm necessary to raise human consciousness to the divine level. There alone can the human heart release an unbreakable calm in a life of eternal loving service to Krishna. This insight provides us, as it did to Arjuna, with a double empowerment of relief and confidence. Relief because we realize that we don't have to worry about how everything and everyone will step up. There is a far greater intelligence taking care of that. Confidence because we recognize that if we just do our part, a higher agent will come to our aid, in fact, use us in his aid and bring about a beneficent result for one and all. So, in the same note, we see that in the same verse, in the translation, the Bhagavad Gita as it is says 11.32, time I am the great destroyer of the worlds. So I think with this, we completed this particular verse. I don't think is there any words which is difficult in this topic. So you can skip the words of the tree in this topic. So with this, we completed this particular verse. So we will mark the screen. And we will be having a Kahoot quiz on this verse very soon. Stay tuned for that. And if you'd like to volunteer, let me know. Okay. So with this, we completed today's verse 11.32. And in the next session, we'll be continuing with the chapter number 13, suspended between the unknowable and the unavoidable. Right. So with this, we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Guru Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.